Hi everybody, this is Pramita here. This is the second part of making those embellishments, mini tiny tags that I had created. The freebie is available on my Facebook group, so if you are interested in picking the templates up, you can do so. They are I have made them available on my Facebook group, and this is how they look. I think I have all of them over here, I'm not sure. And also I have some mini layering things that I usually do when I'm working on projects like this. So I have done one, and you can see how pretty it has turned out. Now this is not important. So you can do whatever you like. Basically it is totally up to you. You can leave them as it is, or you can use tiny embellishments to decorate or embellish this a little bit more. So one I have already done. This is a label that I had given as a freebie. I think most probably I had given this as a freebie. No, this is available on my postal themed ephemera kit, and this is from Tsunami Rose Designs. I have a list of my favorite shops in the description box, so if you are interested in checking out those shops, I'm going to post those links. There are quite a few, because when you're working on journals, you tend to pick up things from some shops, and these are my frequent haunts, you can say. And I do have a lot of other things that I can probably use. So right now what I want to use is, if I don't use this right away, I might lose it. So I will try and use that up. So this is definitely going to be placed somewhere here. So let's do this. So let me put this over here. So this is the stack. Of course, due to time constraints, I'm not going to show you everything. So this is a decoupage glue that I make with a little bit of distress vintage look. I have a video showing this. I usually put coffee granules in it, and then I let it sit for a while, and then you are good to go. It gives that slightly vintagey look, not much. So it's totally up to you how much you want and how little you want. You can totally not put any coffee granules, you can do that also. So I am going to put this here, and then I'm going to just trim this a little bit. Yeah, so this is how it's looking. And now I might, okay, let me bring the camera a little bit closer, so I think better. So there's this weird shadow. So this is how it's looking, and I will definitely use something else, but I need to dig into my stash to see something. So this is like a paper buffet, you can say. This was something I received when I ordered some food way back. I had two of these, but I think I have either thrown away the other one, or I'm not sure where the other one is. I just have this. I just discovered this right a few days back, and I started keeping these smaller embellishments because it is very convenient. So this is what I do, and if I want, I can put a little bit of floral element. So that's another step. Right now I'm just putting on the labels. I might put something, I might not put something, so I'm going to let this dry. And as I said, this is a DIY kind of thing, because this is not the distress, even though I've kept it in this container because it's convenient. Distress collage medium vintage. I bought this, then I had managed to finish this. And now what I did was I just added some PVA glue, water, and a few granules of coffee, and then I had this tinted color. And the density of the color depends on how much coffee granules you're adding, so you can make it grungier or less grungy. So first thing, I'm just going to give this a coat of this distress thingy. And as you can see, the color that I generally use, or the inks that I generally use, and the paper, they don't bleed through when you are doing decoupage like this, because even though they are inkjet, they're printed on inkjet printer, so I want to use this, but not the entire thing. I want to use only half of it. So I'm going to be using this over here. I won't use the entire thing also. I'll trim this from here. And I'm not going to use a ton of things because the surface itself is very small and I don't want to clutter that up. So if I want, I can add a little bit of floral element or something. In that case, I will go back later and add whatever I want. I'm going to let this dry first, and let me wipe this off because it's going to be messy. It is going to be messy otherwise, so that's it. And if I want to add some floral elements, I can definitely do so. I will show you how I do that. Just a second. So here I have a few fussy cutout flowers that I can use. So this can be used, but I already have a flower here, so I'm not very keen on adding a flower element. On the other hand, I would be happier if I can add something like this, something which is going to go in horizontally. So I might look in for labels or something of that sort. Feeling very warm today, I don't know, but the past few days have been extremely chilly for us because we live in tropical countries. We are not used to much cold, and our lifestyle revolves around the fact that we can't tolerate cold. So these are some labels that I have from DG and SVG Designs. I keep them separated in a box because I have a ton of these, and this can be used longitudinally, but honestly I want something horizontally. I can't find something of a smaller size. It is there, but, and in my another video which was only for my Facebook group, I was talking how I do not put two shapes, similar shapes, side by side. So this is a roundish kind of thing, so I will not put something which is roundish. So this is longitudinal, if you can see it. I don't know if this is, so I don't want that. I want something horizontal. Yeah, got something horizontal. So I can probably put something like this because I already have a flower here. I don't need to add too much flowers. And I know this looks very messy, but this is a very convenient way of creating your own distress vintage collage medium. And if you are a person who wants to who does not have access to these kind of collage mediums, or if you find them a little bit on the pricier side, then you can definitely make your own. If I could do it, then so can you, because This is very easy, making very easy, very easy. So I have added that label, and I don't think I'm going to add anything else. We'll come back to this one and see if we need to add any floral element, but it already has a little bit of flower, so I'm not going to add that. Maybe I can add a little bit over here or here, not sure. So one thing I can do is I can slice this into half and then use it somewhere else. Let's see what I'm talking about. So if I slice this into half, I'm going to be using this much, and then the other part I can use it somewhere else. Or if I use it this way, then most of it is going to get covered up. So okay, let's try one thing. I know I have already cut it down. So let's do it this way. Okay, and see how things go. If we don't like it, we can always cover it up. I'm not going to put floral elements on all of them, but on some of them if they need. Otherwise I won't. I still have a very bad cough. And trust me, it's not nice. So I have a little bit of extra. I don't need this. And put it here, and then what I'll do is I'm just going to trim this part also. Let me have a sip of water. So this is going to be a long video, it seems, but I'm not going to do it this way. I'm just going to show you a few. Then I'm going to come back after I have completed everything and show you the completed view. So we have managed to do 3 of these, and let's do the other one, the bigger ones. The bigger ones are a little bit easy because you have bigger space to play with, so you can, obviously be a little bit adventurous. So now what I'm going to do is, when I put scraps like this, what I tend to do is I tend to use my nails to pull out the papers a little bit and see if they can be pried open. So if they are if they can be moved, or if they can move around, then I will add glue. And so I have something of, okay, and here I have, now this one doesn't have any floral element. I can always add a little bit of floral element over here. See, it's absolutely perfect for this. And now I can dig into some smaller labels. Okay, I'm going to ink this up a little bit because I don't want this stark white. And then I can just put it over here. There is no fixed rule to this, but if you have this kind of palette, this kind of size, then you can play with bigger stuff, or else you will have to be satisfied with smaller scraps of paper. So this is how our next tag is looking. So let's clean this mess up. Okay, and then we're going to move on to another big one. Okay, again, this does not have any floral elements. First let me seal the entire thing. There are a little bit, this has been made quite a while ago. I have not used that, but it still is okay if you are, I think somehow air got into this, so that is why it became, looking like curdled milk or something of that sort. But otherwise it's good, it's fine. You just have to be careful when you use the, so I do have quite a lot of fussy cutouts. I just need to show you, just a second. Yeah, I do have quite a lot. And what I do is, when I have time or when I think I don't want to do anything else, I just sit down and do some fussy cutting because that helps me to relax. I don't know about you people. If I don't have anything to do, I'll just sit down and do some fussy cutting. Sometimes, my hands start aching because of excessive fussy cutting, and what you have to do around the house and stuff like that. So I think this size is very good, and we can do this in a similar fashion, but this time I'm going to put this over here because I want to cover this red spot. And also let's use some other label. So I have some other labels over here. These are some labels that I have created for myself. Eventually I will make them available in my shop. They are very nice Victorian ornate kind of labels, and I can definitely use one of those. Why not? But I didn't have the time to fussy cut around them, so I've just cut them into pieces, so it's easy for me to store them. So I have made quite a few of these sheets, but there are so many labels available around Etsy that I thought, what's the use, what's the fun? There are way better things than what I have created. But then I'm thinking, okay, let me put this as a listing, because I have not seen anybody make labels like this Victorian vintage ornate kind of thing. But then it has not happened yet. And trust me, the whole of January has been not well at all for me. It did not go well. Firstly, I got sick. Then my husband's brother, he's just a year older. I have confessed, I have talked about this before. So he passed away, and that left my husband a little bit sad, because when you grow up with a year's difference, you're basically growing up like twins. And he was very shocked, sort of thing. But life has to go on. You can't just sit down and wait for things to happen. Everything goes around you pretty much as it should be. So I'm just putting this down. Okay, and now I don't want this leaf, basically, you know, that is making it look a little bit bulky, fat at the bottom. I can put it somewhere else. So I'm just going to I'm just going to put it over here. And regarding this leaf, what I can do is I can put it over here. Okay, so let's do this. So, and then I'll be back to show you how it looks after I have completed all the tags. And in the third part, we're just going to add maybe a little bit of place or some other thingies if it requires, and finish that off. By the way, the journal that I was working on, the trifold one, is nearly done, and it has turned out to be, oh my god, a huge chunky one. I can't wait to share that. So I'm just overlapping this because I don't want this label to be covered up, to get covered up by this floral arrangement. And what I do is I don't take too much of the medium, just a little bit, just so that it seals up. And as you can see, it doesn't bleed through, nothing has happened. It's going to dry on its own. So we have finished these. Let me clean this up. This is really annoying, this glue part. Otherwise everything's fine. Okay, and this is the other one. And this one, what we can do is we can trim this part off. So here we have, now I can put something over here or here, it depends. Might go back and add something that can be seen, but right now I'm just keeping it this way so that I can always go back and do something extra for these. So this is how they are looking right now. We've completed 5 of these, but I still have a long way to go. As you can see, this is a huge bundle, a pretty substantial one. I'll finish each of them and then I'll show you an update, and at the end in the third part I will show you how I finish them off eventually. I mean, complete them off. Okay, so that's it for now. And as for the journal that we were working on, that I showed step by step, you know, that has been quite a fat, oh god, that has turned out to be so chunky. I don't know if I will be able to list this or not because it is pretty chunky, and trust me, it has turned out so pretty. I will do an official flip, but it still needs some work. And yeah, so I need to put some ephemera in, stitch some ephemera. And honestly, it has turned out so pretty and shabby, and it's absolutely gorgeous, you know. It's a feast to your eyes. So this is just a quick flip. There's still more to get done. I'll complete that, and the official flip through will be later on, and then I will see if I can list this in my shop. I don't know if anybody's interested. This is like a fabric I had stamped on a piece of georgette, so I used that, a vintage wedding dress I had, and I did that. And then, you know, this is another page. Oh my god, this is gorgeous. And you know, sometimes you don't feel like parting with some of the journals. This is one of that, but of course you know, it has to go. So yeah, so that's it. And yeah, it needs a little bit of more TLC, and then it's going to be ready for an official flip through. But this is how thick and chunky it is. It has around 40 plus ephemera pieces. Trust me, it grew, and I couldn't stop adding things to it, and that's so pretty. Thank you everybody for watching this, and I will give you an update in the next part how I complete this. So keep watching, and if you have not yet subscribed, then subscribe to my channel. It would mean a lot to me. And if you want to watch anything specific, comment below, then I will be more than happy to show it if I know how to do it, because that's also one of the points. But if I don't, I will learn it. I'm game for that. So thank you everybody for watching this. Bye. If you like this video, then don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you once again.